Seattle's contribution to popular music is undisputed. You know the names, from Hendrix to Hart, Pearl Jam, Macklemore, and many, many more in between. In this series, we're going to examine Seattle's music community, in depth with unique performances, with interviews, and much, much more. We're also going to find out what makes Seattle, Seattle, and what makes this city on the shores of the Puget Sound one of the best places on the planet for music. Welcome to Sounds by the Sound.
Let's rock and roll.
Welcome to another episode of Sounds by the Sound. My name is Andy Harms, and we are on the Seattle waterfront in a city where there is no shortage of beautiful places. This is absolutely one of the best, from the shops to the restaurants, to the mountains, to the water, to the iconic ferry boats going back and forth. It is absolutely a special place. Now, in this episode, we're going to focus on some of the females in the Seattle music community. It's all ladies today on Sounds by the Sound. That includes Katie Kate. We're going to go to the Seattle Art Museum and talk about her music, which is a mixture of sort of everything. You see hip-hop in there, you see pop in there, rock, elements of new wave. She kind of mixes it all together in a very unique way, and so it'll make for a fun conversation. Then we're going to go to the skate park and meet up with Kristen Ebeling, who runs a program called Skate Like a Girl. Skateboarding in so many places is such a male-dominated sport. There's a group of people in the Pacific Northwest trying to change that. Kristen is one of those people. We'll talk to her about what she is doing. And right now, Shaprece, who over the last couple of years has really just taken Seattle by storm with her music, with her talent, with her personality. She is a very special performer that had a big year in 2015 and is looking to have an even bigger year in 2016 with a brand new record. We convinced Shaprece to go on one of the gondolas on Seattle's Great Wheel, this giant Ferris wheel here on the waterfront, to perform, which, like, hanging out on one of those gondolas is fun, but maybe a little bit scary for someone just hanging out. For someone to perform in there, it takes a real pro, and Shaprece is absolutely that. So here she is on Sounds by the Sound.
Hi, I'm Shaprece. This is Philip Peterson in IG88, and this is Unwind. Found your love from way up high. Wondered where you were tonight. Come wrap your love all around me. Tell me your secrets, I'll tell you my fantasies. Oh, pretty baby, where you going now? Can't you feel my soul is crying out? Touch my body, crave your sight. If you want, I won't put up a fight. Maybe it's wrong, but I feel you. Maybe you're far, but I know that you feel me too. So come on over when you find some time and show me all the reasons you stay on my mind. And if you like, we'll find a steady grind. Soften my love, baby, let's unwind.
Watching Sounds by the Sound, you just saw a performance from Shaprece, and now we're going to talk about everything happening in 2016. But first, we should talk about where we are right now. Have you been inside the Great Wheel before?
Not until today, to be honest. This is kind of bizarre, but it's very exciting, and I love it. The view in itself is just, it's breathtaking. And
what an exciting year 2016 is going to be. How have these last couple of years been for you, both as an artist and as a person?
It's been very eye-opening, because when you create, sometimes you're forced to be vulnerable in a way that you weren't aware that you needed to be. So I've definitely been very honest with myself, and life imitates art, vice versa. And so just within that personal growth, it automatically forces my artistry to follow suit.
Absolutely. You mentioned that this city and the physical beauty of this area of the country is such an inspiration for your music. Can you talk about how that works for you?
I just feel that nature and human emotions are very parallel. So that's how I'm able to draw a lot of inspiration from my natural surroundings. And I've used that to my advantage. So I would say that's how I've grown, is just taking in what natural elements there are, and using that as a source of inspiration for my particular sound and writing style.
Seattle as a music community has embraced you 100%. What does that mean to you, being from here and having lived here your whole life?
It's very humbling. I'm very appreciative of the love that I've received, even with the people that I create with. We're family, and I was born and raised here, so my entire family and my network is here, and so being able to have that is just overwhelming.
It's a great thing. Yeah. What's your favorite part about this area of the country?
I'm just a forest nymph, so I just, that's it. Like, I would just go down I-90 East and find myself frolicking about in the rainforest. And
did you write any music, like literally in the woods? Is that
like
a regular thing?
all of it.
Really?
Pretty much. I would say 95% of the album was written.
It's such a cool thing.
Found your love from way up high. Wondered where you were tonight. Come wrap your love all around me.
So you have to tell us about the Benaroya show.
Oh.
Benaroya Hall, one of the most beautiful venues, if not the most beautiful venue in the city of Seattle. You played there with a full orchestra earlier in 2015. Like, how did that happen?
We just kept chipping away, and eventually the doors opened, and it was just a very spiritual experience. There's no other way to describe that feeling. That's, I would say, the greatest moment in my career thus far. And who knows if I can land myself and we can all come together on that stage, who knows where this can go.
Agreed. Well, thank you for being here. Thank you for performing and talking with me.
Yes, of
in
course.
the Great Wheel.
Thank you so much for having me. You guys are just so supportive, and I love Revolt, and thanks again for.
Absolutely. It's Shaprece. You're watching Sounds by the Sound. Welcome back to Sounds by the Sound. It is all ladies in this episode. So up next is Katie Kate, whose music is sort of a mixture of all these different types of genres, which is not unlike the Seattle music community itself. She makes it work. You're going to see how that works with a live performance from the Seattle Art Museum right now. You're watching Sounds by the Sound.
My name is Katie Kate, and this is Persephone. On the coastline, moonshine with moonbeams. See the posted sign telling us keep out, but I dope fiends. We shine a light inside. We can't stop ourselves from peeking. A glittering promise, we find things we didn't even know we were seeking. While we enter here, I suggest we pay heed. All that glitters is fancy, and I'm afraid of greed. But like a filigree, like a filament burning hot, a wire thin and electrified, we're going in now, ready or not. Did you bring your light to the cavern? You will navigate Shut your mouth because your wedding is weak and you should bum me out to get permission to speak. And you wanted adventure, now you wanna go home. And you're crying to mama, but she left you alone. And the hush, more terrifying than the rush. Make an offering, give it to us. And they snuff the candle before it burns out. Keep your eye in the corner, keep your head in the ground. And you hear a voice whisper over the beat. Now you know how it feels to be she. Baby bitches or Madonnas. Yeah, we know that's how you want it. So give us a reason, give us a reason. Give her a reason, give her a reason. Give me a reason, give me a reason. Give me a reason, just give me a reason. We was born in the sky, sent to rule the earth. We was born in the sky, sent to rule the earth. We was born in the sky. Heart bewitched and ceremonious bitch, and by the light of the moon, she has come for you, and like a terrible beast, frozen in sight, you had no idea. Headlights, and they flash. Thunderclap with a crash. Give me a heart so I can rip it in half. And she screams and bleeds like a terrible demon, and you cry out loud, go out in the screaming. Line is crossed and it was up and done. And number one, she rough house with a tough tongue and a force of nature. Tidal gravity, terrifying, pure depravity. Give her a reason, just one reason. Give her a reason, just one reason. Give me a reason, give me a reason, give me a reason, just give me a reason.
Katie Kate just got done performing here at the Seattle Art Museum, and here she comes right here. She's pro right now, absolutely.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
Let's go. We are at the Seattle Art Museum with Katie Kate, who has already said she's going to lie throughout this entire interview, so keep that in mind during this conversation.
You're supposed to tell them that.
Sorry, never mind. When did you move to Seattle?
2005.
Where did you move from?
Upstate New York.
Why did you move here?
College.
What college did you go to?
Cornish College of the Arts.
If this goes like this the entire time, it's going to be the fastest interview we've ever done.
Here we go.
Why did you go to Cornish?
I went there because I was on the East Coast and I was applying to music schools, and they all really wanted me to be like a concert flautist. And so I applied to Cornish, and they're like, hey, cool, come here and do a bunch of different things. So I came and I started studying flute. I did that for a while, and then I eventually got my degree in classical piano.
Okay.
But I was able to study composition and gamelan and all sorts of other crazy things.
How much of a culture shock was it from New York to Seattle?
Well, my nickname when I first got here was that girl from New York, or like the flute bee. That was my, yeah.
I aim to be unabashedly filthy. Make them say, who is she? I'm touched because they feel me. They got the product, Polly Pocket, face up in your locket. Lock it up and down because I shock your finger in the socket.
When did you start becoming you? The music that we know as Katie Kate's music now. When did that start to evolve?
I mean, that kind of evolved right when I got to school. And then eventually I met Terraja Gregory, and he was in Mad Rad, and they were actually rapping and doing stuff. And I sort of came up with those guys, and he encouraged me a lot to actually make it a thing that I did, as opposed to just like, oh, I'm gonna go practice for 1,000,000 hours and then I get to make a beat, you know?
Yeah, very cool. When you came to Seattle, what was special about it? What did you like about it up here? Why did you stay?
Because it was like 3,000 miles away from home without being California.
Sure.
So I really, this was perfect here. I liked it. You know, the music community was great, and everybody was really supportive of me, and I loved it.
Was it in 2014, was it 2 years ago that you released Nation?
I think so, I don't remember.
Okay.
Google it.
Talk about that record and that group of songs. What were you trying to do then? How have you evolved since then?
Well, my first record I recorded literally in my closet in my studio apartment. Like I would like hit spacebar and run to the closet to record the vocals.
Sure. Yeah.
And it was actually never mastered, it was just mixed by a buddy. So this one I was like, I'm gonna go to a real studio and have a real studio experience and write real things and make it cohesive and dig deep, and I did. So it's a lot darker, it's a lot fuller, it's a lot more professional sounding.
Sure.
I would hope.
Was that recorded here in Seattle?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, it was recorded at Studio Nels.
Cool. And if that happened in 2014, how have you grown since then? How have you changed as an artist? Maybe you just stayed the same.
I'm trying to make more minimal sort of things that are a little bit more electronic than the previous album, which mixed a lot of live elements with electronic stuff. And I'm trying to just figure out what my next step is as a producer more so than a songwriter right now.
Is that what you're more interested in right now, producing?
At the moment, making beats and stuff, yeah, like the electronic portion of it is more fascinating to me than the songwriting portion, but I'm sure that'll come later. That's usually what happens.
Thank you
Google it.
for being here.
Start Googling.
Can that be just the entire interview?
Google it.
Google it. You're watching Sounds by the Sound. Welcome back to Sounds by the Sound. There's a very cool, unique program here in Seattle called Skate Like a Girl, which encourages and teaches young girls to get out and try skateboarding. That program is run by a very cool lady named Kristen Eveling. We're gonna meet up with Kristen right now at the skate park to talk about Skate Like a Girl. It's Sounds by the Sound. So far in Sounds by the Sound, we've been a lot of different places. It is hard to imagine a place much more endearing than this right now. I'm here with Kristen Eveling, who is going to describe where we are and kind of what's happening.
Yeah, right now we're at All Together Skate Park in Fremont, a little neighborhood in North Seattle. And this place is amazing, right below Evo Gear. This is a haven for kids, women, and skaters of all ages and abilities to progress their skills and find community.
It is such a very cool thing that's happening kind of right now. We can even see the kids kind of circling up. Like what program is happening right now?
The program that's happening right now is 12 and under Learn to Skate. So it's an opportunity for kids to get together in sort of a group lesson format, so not like an individual lesson. It's a little bit pricey, so this is like an affordable option for working families to come and get a high quality group lesson. Also behind you, you'll see a couple teens with t-shirts that say yes on them. That stands for Youth Employment Skateboarding, and they are teens that have given us a service commitment of 40 hours. So they are here volunteering to teach the younger generation.
That's awesome, such a cool thing.
Super fun.
So you're part of a program here in Seattle called Skate Like a Girl, which is uniquely Seattle in a lot of different ways. Can you talk about the goals and the missions and what Skate Like a Girl is?
Yeah, so Skate Like a Girl is headquartered here in Seattle, and we are all about creating an inclusive community. So today it's about encouraging young people to learn in a safe and positive environment, empowering teens to take leadership. Other program models include Ladies' Nights, where we teach girls and women how to skate together, so giving them a safe space to learn and progress. So yeah, it's all about just building community and giving people an opportunity to take leadership and inspire change. And skateboarding is just merely our vehicle.
Are there things that are uniquely Seattle about the skate community that you're not going to find anywhere else?
Yeah, well, I'd say Skate Like a Girl in and of itself, just the programs we're able to provide. Also the partnerships with amazing like local businesses, All Together Skate Park allowing us to have this space. Evo Gear upstairs that donates to us. Seattle Center just really supports us. So I just feel like what's unique about Seattle is everybody's just working together for that common goal and setting aside any differences and just working towards, you know, creating awesome opportunities for people. Totally.
Can I hear that you play music?
Yeah, I play guitar.
Really awesome. Are you in a band or?
Yeah, I'm in a local three-piece all-girls skate punk band called Skitch.
Awesome. What are some of the similarities for you between the music community here and the skate community?
Well, I'd say here in Seattle we have an amazing girls skate scene. So many girls coming out and learning to ride together, and I just feel like compared to any other city, show up to the skate park and you're going to see those girls. Same thing with music. I mean, my favorite bands are all female bands. Chastity Belt, Taco Cat, Childbirth. Like, I'm obsessed with all of them.
Sure.
So I'm just really excited about that piece. Just women are in the driver's seat.
Very cool, very cool. And what about the Girls Skateboarding Network?
Girls Skate Network, essentially it's like a media hub for girls content. So like there's interviews on there and different organizations and events and things. So it's kind of like the whole idea, like when I was maybe 12 and I just started skating, I typed into Google girls skateboarding and I saw like girls holding longboards or girls half naked. Now when you type in girls skateboarding, things like Girls Skate Network will pop up. Awesome. And the whole idea is to create a holistic picture of what girls skating looks like, because it's real easy to stay in the woodwork when you're in a niche community.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Again, I said it before, I'll say it again, you are the coolest. Absolutely. For sure, Kristen, thank you so much for being here. Absolutely. It's Kristen Eveling and you're watching Sounds by the Sound. That's it for this episode of Sounds by the Sound. A very special thank you to Katie Kate, the Seattle Art Museum, and Kristen Eveling for being in this episode. We're gonna head back to Seattle's Great Wheel for another performance from the amazingly talented Shaprece. Again, thanks for watching Sounds by the Sound. Here she is.
I'm Shaprece, and this is Send Down Your Love. Send down your love if it's all that you have. It don't matter about the glitter, boy, don't worry about that. You're my starway up in the skyline. You'll shine bright with me. Tell me the secrets of your heart. They lie safe with me. Oh, fill me with the breath of your love if that's all you have to share with me. Mimic the length of my desire to keep you secure. Place your faith in the truth of my eyes. Take my shelter. Send down your love if it's all that you have. It don't matter about the glitter, boy, don't worry about that. You're my star way up in the skyline. You'll shine bright with me. Send down your love if it's all that you have. I couldn't imagine my life without that. All the pressures in the world, they disappear, no pain, no hurt. When I'm with you close to the heavens, love is different than on earth. And I take all my time when I'm with you. I try to save the memories they pass.